Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from YourBlackWorld.com. And the other day, many of you saw the presidential debates. You saw that that Barack Obama came out swinging in a town hall style format. I always say that the best way to understand what's going on in this debate or in this election is to talk to people who have the expertise, who are objective. And the person I love to go to is Dr. Wilmer Leon, who is a noted political scientist out of Howard University. Dr. Leon is the host of Inside the Issues with Wilmer Leon on SiriusXM The Power Channel 128. It comes on Saturdays from 10 to 1. And Dr. Leon, first of all, 11 to 2. See, I get it wrong. We were, the reason I say 10 to 1, I got an excuse for that.
We were having that conversation.
We were just talking about the 10 to 1 time slot and how coveted that is. And so 10 to 1 was in my head, but normally it would have been 11 to 2.
11 to 2.
Now, Dr. Leon, first of all, I want to tell everybody, Dr. Leon is getting work done in his basement. So if you hear a random hammer, it's because this brother's got so many billions of dollars in the bank that he's constantly having extensions added to his mansion. So, Dr. Leon, you know, the night of the debate, you know, it was a really passionate night. I think we had 65 million viewers on the debate. You know, our Twitters and Facebooks were blowing up. We have a couple 100,000 followers with Your Black World on Twitter and Facebook, and everybody was talking about it. But I wanted to ask you, you know, what do you think about the debate performance by President Obama and presidential candidate Romney? Just what was your overall assessment?
I thought that the Mitt Romney that we saw this past debate was the same Mitt Romney this past Tuesday night was the same Mitt Romney that we saw in the first debate. I think that President Obama's performance at the second debate was outstanding. I think he did a stellar job. I don't know that there was a whole lot more within the structure of those questions and the structure of that format that he really could have done a whole lot better. I thought it was a flat-out butt kicking. And it's interesting to me as I listened to some of the post-debate analysis and I read the following day in the papers, and some folks wanted to call it a draw. Some people gave the president a victory, but a slight victory. But when I looked at the basis of their analysis, their analysis seemed to be based upon style. It was based upon posture. Did Mitt Romney get distracted, or was he able to stay on point? Things like that. And my point is, this is not a high school or college debate. This is not an instance where different teams pick topics out of hats and then go out and research and have to defend a position that they may or may not actually believe in. These debates are real. The issues are real. And the effects on the lives of real people are real. So I say that to say content matters. And as I listened to the analysis and I read the post-debate analysis, very few of those individuals actually talked about the fact that for most of what Mitt Romney said, he was wrong. He was lying. And I don't know in a presidential debate how factual content can all of a sudden become irrelevant. I don't get it.
Interesting. Well, you know, I agreed with your assessment. I mean, just for the record, people should know that that you were pretty hard on the president after the last debate, and a lot of people were hard on you for being hard on the president. But the fact is that I tell people all the time that you're objective. You taught a class on the presidency. You've studied this your whole life, so you are the person that Black America needs to listen to when it comes to understanding what's going on with this presidency and how we can best utilize this opportunity as a chance to make positive change. So, Dr. Leon, do you think that this debate is really going to significantly improve President Obama's chances of reelection, or I mean, how much can really change between now and Election Day? I mean, this is it's October 18th, and we're just a couple weeks away. So, I mean, is there still a lot that is yet to happen?
There's still a day in politics is a lifetime. We're talking, a day is dog years. And so, yes, I believe a whole lot can happen. I don't think that this one debate showing is it. I think what it's done is stop the hemorrhaging from the first debate. Now, so I would call it a momentum changer, not a game changer. I believe that the slide that we saw over the last 10 days will probably subside because the president finally stepped up and held Mitt Romney accountable for the foolishness that he's been articulating on the campaign trail. But I don't think that this one thing is going to be a major turnaround. Monday's showing is going to have to be better than Tuesday's showing. This showing coming up Monday, the debate coming up Monday, is going to have to be better than Tuesday's. And I don't understand why the campaign doesn't put together a commercial, an ad that takes Santorum's comments and Bobby Jindal's comments and Newt Gingrich, all the former Republican candidates, how as they were on the campaign trail saying that Mitt Romney wasn't a true Republican, that Mitt Romney was a flip-flopper, they should make a commercial just out of those comments and say, if the Republican Party couldn't trust this guy, why should you trust him as your president?
Interesting.
The best articulation of Mitt Romney has come from other Republicans. And I don't understand, and it's on the record, I don't understand why they're not using that. And also, I like your point about I was hard on the president after the first debate. There was on your website, there was a response to my last article where a guy said, well, this is your subjective opinion. And then he went on to say his subjective opinion as though I'm a homer for the president. And I looked at this as objectively as I possibly could, and it was a flat-out butt-kicking. Now, that doesn't mean that everything the president said was right. It doesn't mean I agree with everything the president said. It doesn't even mean that I think you should vote for the president. But when you looked at those two individuals and their performances and you factored in the content of what they had to say, Mitt Romney got his hind parts whooped.
Wow. Well, I agree with you. What's really interesting is that during the first debate, people that know me know I only have so much of a tolerance when it comes to stomaching the stuff that comes out of a politician's mouth. And I don't care who the politician is. It just kind of makes me sick. How someone can literally tell you something on camera and then break the promise later and not feel shamed because they promised you X and didn't even deliver X, Y, or Z. And then comes back and says, well, trust me again. That just bothers me. But I remember that when the debate was happening, I was working. I was on my laptop and I was listening because I wanted to be informed of what was going on. And I felt that the president did a great job based on what I heard. And then other people said, no, you need to watch the debate because the nonverbal cues are what killed him. And it makes me think about what my communications professor a long time ago had said that, 80% of all communication is nonverbal. And so it sounds like President Obama took that note and move forward and did a good job this time around. I think he's going to do a good job next time too. Maybe I'm biased on this. I mean, people that think that I want to beat up on the president for no reason, let me tell you this. I do think that President Obama is intellectually I think he's intellectually superior to Romney. I think he's a smarter guy. He's overcome more to get to where he is. I think that he has a better vision for the country. It's not necessarily a great vision, but it's the best vision that we have available. And I guess if you're picking the best option of the two, then there's no question at that point. So the last question I want to ask you, Dr. Leon, is this. A lot of people have called out Mitt Romney for telling lies, not just flip-flopping, but flipping from the truth to the space of fantasy. Is there any accountability there for these lies? I mean, can somebody just go up there and just lie like that and not have it come back to bite them in the butt? I mean, I don't understand this. If lying is so bad, why does he just keep doing it? And the other question I have is Romney lying that much more than Obama, or are they just both some lying politicians? He is. Okay, go ahead.
I would say, and you can go to factcheck.org has done a very good assessment on the statements, the misstatements, and the wrong statements that were made during the debate. And I would say that the president has exaggerated, and the president has stretched the truth a bit. And he's a politician, and that's going to happen. But Mitt Romney, on a number of levels, has just continued to say things that have been proven to be wrong, and he just ignores them. And so to me, when you continue to say things, 1 + 1 does not equal 3. It just doesn't. So stop telling me that it does. And that's not my opinion. We can talk to Copernicus if you want to. 1 + 1 does not equal 3. So, and Mitt Romney keeps trying to tell us that it does. And I think a major reason why, and this is the answer to your question, why he is being allowed to do so is because the David Gregory's of the world won't stand up and call him a liar. I was so glad that Candy Crawley said during the debate, when Romney kept talking about the president didn't mention terrorism in the first speech in the Rose Garden, and she said, well, yes, he did. As the president said, check the transcript. And see, that's what everybody was waiting for the president to do in the first debate. Call this man out. And so that's why you heard the president saying a number of times, well, sir, that just isn't right. That's just wrong. That's not true.
Can you say that a little bit louder, Candy?
There you go. There you go. And in fact, it was funny because when you watch that exchange, as Romney is making his point, and Romney turns to the president and says, well, did you say that? The first thing the president said was, go ahead, Governor. And I think what he was saying was, go ahead on, man, and step in it if you want
to. Please proceed, Governor. And he's smiling as he said it. I love it.
There you go. Because that gun is loaded, and you're about to pull the trigger. Go ahead on, bro. So, but I'm waiting for Fareed Zakaria. I'm not picking on David Gregory. I just happen to watch Meet the Press a lot. I'm waiting for Chris Matthews. I'm waiting for those journalists. Let me put it this way. I don't think Chet Huntley and David Brinkley would have allowed this to go by. Now I'm showing my age. I don't think that Walter Cronkite would have allowed this to go by. The real journalists of the day. And so I'm waiting for Chris Matthews and the rest of those guys to put the facts out there. That's all you got to do. Put the facts out there.
Wow. Well, I agree with you 100% on that. I think that if the man's not telling the truth, somebody needs to tell the truth about the fact that he's lying so much. I appreciate your time on this matter, Dr. Leon. Thank you for bringing your expertise to the community. Everybody, this is Dr. Wilmer Leon. He is a political science professor at Howard University. He is the host of Inside the Issues with Wilmer Leon on SiriusXM The Power Channel 128. It comes on Saturdays from 11 to 2. And his Facebook page is facebook.com/Dr. Leon's Prescription. And I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Check me out on Facebook.
Yes, check him out on Facebook. And I'm trying to convince Dr. Leon to live tweet with us during the next debate on Monday. So for the next All right. Well, he's going to be there. So if you really want to understand what's really going on here, without all the hype, but, with all the substance, then check us out at Your Black World. Dr. Leon will be tweeting, and he's going to give you some meaningful analysis that will help you understand what's going on so that you can make informed decisions and think for yourself. And that is all we want you to do, is to think for yourself. So until we meet again, that's right. So until we meet again, please stay strong, be blessed, and be educated. We are gone. Peace.